Hello and welcome to Be Inspired with G. Amber. What happened to your hair? What happened to my hair? Nothing. It's just the way it is. It's generally really curly. All in all, thank you for tuning in to my channel. I am D. Amber. I'm your Puerto Rican mommy with a sprinkle of French, okay? And today I wanted to talk to you about the Hopi Prophecy. The last time I told you I didn't know really what it was, but I didn't know it was like basically ascension, more like ascending, from the fourth to fifth dimension. And when we talk about the Hopi Prophecy, we talk about the elders, who predicted the Hopi Prophecy, basically years of peace. But before we go through that, we are going to experience some storms. Okay, and speaking of storms, I am going to start off by using the singing bowl so we can to bring in the light to help us all the truthers and all the ones who are red-pilled and who understand and who are awakened, that we can send and bring in the light and bring up our frequency or our condition of life. Okay. Okay, we're holding the light for any dark times coming, or just day to day mundane type of things occurring, removing out of our removing ourselves from struggles, right? So that we can flow with the current, we can flow with the waters, we can flow with the streams versus too many struggles. And speaking about struggles, um, the Hopi the Hopi elders talked about the struggles that we were going to encounter, especially here in the 3D dimensional Earth. They reside in Arizona, part of Arizona, and they've had 1,000 years of peace. And just as they have experienced 1,000 years of peace, we will also, they are basically the only tribe who didn't actually sign with the dominant power of the US. Okay, so they were very bright about that. They were very clairvoyant and they knew what they were talking about. Okay, so when we talk about the blue star, okay, and this is basically part of all of this with the Hopi prophecy and the ascension, etc. Talk about the blue star Kachina. The blue star Kachina, or the Saquashoha, is a Kachina, or a spirit that is signifying the coming of the beginning of the new world, or basically the new earth, by appearing in the form of a blue star. The blue star Kachina, it's said to be the ninth and final sign before the day of the purification. This is, by the way, I got this from Changing America by Cyril Christo. Okay, and I try to just basically take down notes. Anyways, So this was the blue star, which is the Kachina. It's basically the ninth and possibly final sign before the day of purification. Can you imagine? Purification, purifying, purifying the earth. Wow. Okay, which is an apocalypse, or basically, like they say, world engulfing cataclysm. I would say basically a reveal. Everything that's dark will come out. Okay, everything that's dark, just like the Euphrates River, right? Um, as soon as the river dries, what's come out? I mean, there were pieces of gold, right? But then what's under the ground? Were there reptilians? Were there other types of beings that were negative, right? What's under the ground? So now that the Euphrates River is drying up, so it's never going to be the same. And also it's connected to, I believe, isn't it connected to Syria, Turkey, and there's another part that it's also connected to. That's basically the Euphrates River. And although you can see that it's occurring as we speak, it's occurring. We are in the Hopi Prophecy. We are in the Ascension. We're jumping timelines. We are living in the 3D, basically in the physical matter. Okay, we are. However, we have two timelines. So, which is why I was looking for my pendulum, and I know I put it here on the table, and I'm not lying. I put it on the table, and I was looking for it almost for a whole hour, and I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it. I was going to do, ask some questions and use a pendulum. I could have used another object, but no, I prefer to use my pendulum. And I was just like so irritated that I couldn't find it. All in all, who knows? I'll probably find it tomorrow, right? Generally, when you're not looking for something, then all of a sudden you find it. Okay, so basically, with the purification, which is an apocalypse, or basically a reveal, um, and basically, you'll see everything dark coming to the light, right? So, um, basically, with that said, the Hopi, which is the tribe, have been the only tribe that, once again, which I mentioned before, they never signed a treaty with the power, with the dominant force or the manipulative bunch of the U.S. Okay, and they also, I know they connected. They try to connect with the United Nations, and the United Nations never or refused to connect with them because they wanted, to do their thing and be corrupt. However, this has been 26,000 years of slavery, and we will be removed from the slavery, and we will once again be in a new earth, or just like the Hopi prophecy said. However, in order for us to experience that, we are going to go through dark times. So be ready, be prepared, okay? Don't know exactly what's all going to happen. Like they said, they see a lot of other things happening. If it's, earthquakes or whatever, or basically a shift, just, like the earth can shift. If you ever took social science in school, and you, and they spoke about the trenches and all of that, when that shifts, what happens? It shakes the earth a little bit, because it's something, change is the only reality, and in order for something to change, it's got to work, it's got to saturate somehow, it's got to move. Okay, there's movement around work, right? If there's no movement, there's no change, there's no work, right? So that's why, just like Michael De La Roca says, from our everyday lives. I love watching his show. All in all, yes, So, with that said, yes, with the Hopi tribes, like I said, they were the Hopi tribe. They were basically the only one that didn't sign the treaty, and they did try to speak to the United Nations. United Nations did not want to listen to them, and they were located, or they still are, in the dry Arizona desert, in a place called Hatavila, the last traditional village, of the Hopi. So, and they've experienced at least 1,000 years of having no warfare, no spiritual warfare for over thousands of years. Okay, and we are supposed to experience at least 1,000 years of peace in our world, which is why finally, with the help of the alliance, and the white hats, and which means, when I say alliance, I mean the other beings from other civilization. And speaking of you guys from other civilizations, today I was walking my baby girl, my fur girl, and I was just hoping to see something in the sky. I know a good friend of mine, she tells me that she's seen it twice and she knows it was UFOs. I know she said she put it on her phone, and I don't know if she's going to show it, but I haven't seen anything in the sky. It's been, I think, last year I saw like something, it was like, it almost looked like it was twirling around, like white cloud, but then a green appeared on it, and it went back up and it just kind of dissipated. And I wasn't really able to get a close up on the phone. I was like, oh, wow. I wanted to really take a good look, and hopefully soon I can see more of my friends from the other civilization. And I'm pretty sure they will listen to this, and they probably like, "Aw." But they are actually rooting for us, the other beings from the other planets. They are rooting for us. They are cheering us on, because this is World War III. We are in a spiritual warfare, and when we bring in the light, for we are angels on earth, we actually make the negativity lessen. Okay, so hold the light, and I'm going to do the singing bowl one more time. All you light workers and um, old souls, and those who are awakened and who believe in all of the things going on, and that we are not the only beings on earth, hold the light. Yes, we're holding the light. We are the old souls. We are angelic beings. We're angels on earth. And we came to basically change the frequency. We are old souls, right? And whatever wave you're going to be, only you know that, right? Whatever wave you're going to be. What generation were you born into? And what are you offering into our planet to speed up the process of lessening all the negativity so that this event that will occur, especially when the blue Kachina or the blue star, because we have to go through a storm in order for all of this, because we're in the eye of the storm basically. Well, not really, but we're almost there. Okay, we're almost there. I mean, you could tell when they arrested our president. So you know when he was indicted, those are the first steps. And the storm is almost upon us, or is it upon us? The dollar crashing, okay? All of that. We are almost there. So, with that said, are you prepared? Are you prepared? And Spirit knows your heart. Spirit knows your heart. Okay? So, all in all, I came in tonight just to give you the message of Hopi Prophecy is basically just more of like an ascension and getting ready for all of the good stuff to come. There will be changes in the skies too. And speaking of that, changes in the sky, I was listening to Janine Morgeau, and she was doing probably was like a week later that I listened to it, or probably yesterday. I'm not sure exactly as to how how recent was that video put up there, but she was talking about this is basically about the food, where they say for those who didn't get the bioweapon in the arm, basically what's going to happen is they're going to be injecting foods with the, but that's not true. That's not true. There will be a lot of fear porn out there. Okay, there'll be a lot of fear porn. Just make sure that you buy healthy stuff, that you try not to purchase anything that's been banned in Europe and sold here in America, but that you use your wisdom. You're able to discern. Okay, and also, what else was she? And I wanted to, kind of ask the questions on my pendulum, as far as what answers would the pendulum give me. However, since I kind of can vibe on it myself, but I just wanted to use the tool with the pendulum. But unfortunately, I couldn't find my pendulum for some reason. If it's the Mandela effect, because we're in two different timelines, and sometimes when you put something there, all of a sudden it can disappear. I mean, now I'm starting to believe stuff like that because it's happened to me a couple times already. We are in different timelines, and sooner or later, you're going to be walking down the street, and spirits will be seen. Those that were able to be seen in the fifth dimension will come through the fourth dimension. You'll be able to see a lot. Your pineal gland is going to really be open, and the reason why is because the solar energy or the solar flares are basically activating your DNA, and your DNA is the God in you. You have God in you. You have God DNA in your DNA. It's never been junk DNA. Never been junk DNA. The human being and their DNA and their Akash record has never been junk. It's been powerful. And others in other galaxies are actually rooting for us because they know the power of light that we have. So we must continue to allow for the light to shine. Okay, we must put in the light so whatever happens won't happen so strong. Okay, or that bizarre. So we must put in the light, especially now, knowing that yes, things will occur. Things will occur. Okay. All in all, yes, that's exactly what I wanted to tell you guys. Don't fear anything. Don't believe the fear mongering. I know they may probably say something like, "Oh, there's a some kind of pandemic or some kind of flu out there or whatever." And if they do, let's say, just for instance, if they use that for the EBS to show, for the EBS to happen, you know, and they say, okay, we got to be locked down, whatever. I mean, at least when you're locked down, if you can relax, you can relax. But if all things start to occur, then that's different, because I really don't know exactly all the stuff that's going to happen. But speaking of that, since I'm being a little curious, hold on one second. Let's see if I have my cards here. Okay. Hold on one second. I have my 2 piles of cards here. Hold on. Do I? Yeah, I have this one. This pile. Okay. Alrighty, you guys. Okay. I'm just going to pull out one card just because I'm curious as to how will we get to the blue star? Will there be a lot of calamities? I'm just going to pull, let me pull 3 cards. That's all I'm going to pull out, and then I'm going to say goodbye. Okay? Okay, let me just pull out 3 cards. Okay. Wow. Whew. I got the 7 of Swords. I got the 7 of Swords. People are going to really feel, you know, like they've been robbed, or that it's just going to really turn heads. And you have the King of Wands. It's just like, and then you have the 9 of Wands. So it's going to stir up a lot of heads. King of Wands, I could see the divine masculine. They're going to feel almost, how would I say? It's going to be like a defensive time. You have the man in between of the in the fire. Okay, so basically, strength will actually come out of this. This is what I'm picking up. Strength will come out of all of this because it's going to turn itself. I don't know if it's going to linger, or if it's going to happen slowly, or something all of a sudden is going to stir. It's just, these cards are confusing me. However, this is almost like battle to me, because I see the 9 of Wands toward the end. The 9 of Wands. One more card, just clarify. Yes, but all of a sudden you see the Queen of Coins. So you see the divine feminine as well. Okay. As this will, you know, this will ride over this whole thing with a new earth. The divine feminine will hold their own as everything will transform. As everything transforms or dies, for there will be a completion. As to how you guys saw the cards, I don't know, but it's just almost like, as I read, I feel almost stuck and closed, like I can't really, it's like not really flowing. But all I know is that there will be the masculine energy will start to show more of their strength. The divine feminine is going to be rewarded for her expertise in the savings, and afterwards she'll be able to cash in or barter on what she saved. And then there's going to be transformation and the final outcome. Okay, as to what that is, I'm going to pull out one more card. I hope I'm making some kind of sense. Okay. We will be victorious and we will win. We have the Ace of Swords. Okay, so all will work out. We have the Ace of Swords. We will be victorious. They always said in Buddhism, said, what is a sword in the hands of a coward? Okay. However, as as light workers, old souls, we've been using our voices, right? We've all been using our voices. I know I have. At first, I was like really afraid, especially when I was at the underground radio. I was kind of afraid as I was always taken down from or basically my screen would always glitch when I would speak of certain topics. This was like in 2019, I believe, late 2019 or early 2020. All in all, I'd like to thank you so much if you are watching my channel, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so. I appreciate you, my lovely souls. Thank you so much for subscribing, and hopefully soon I'll get to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you very much. God bless you. Sleep well and hold the light and continued prayers. And remember, be wise and call in your guardian angels to come in and help you, because we are still at war. Okay, we are still at war. This is World War III. This is a subconscious war. Thank you so much for joining me. God bless you, and we will talk again real soon. Your Puerto Rican mommy with a sprinkle of French. Also, my fur girl says good night too. Right, sweetie? Yeah, she says good night. Love you guys. Bye-bye now.